Welcome to One Man's Tracks, the secondhand music channel. Today I want to make a video that sort of tries to come to terms with where I'm at with this channel and what these videos are for, who they're for, and just kind of what my process is in terms of what the albums I select are and where they come from and how I get them and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to try to break it into some useful parts. If you're only interested in what this channel is and why I do it, that's going to be the first thing. Afterwards, I'll let you know where I'm going with it in the future, and then from there, I'm going to be going over a bunch of albums I picked up on a trip out west to some random thrift shops that I stumbled across, some music stores that I've found that gave me a little bounty to look through, some new stuff to check out, some old stuff to fill in some spots in the collection, as well as some stuff I'm not so sure about. I'm gonna give it a try and see if I like it, and that's sort of the stuff that is gonna come out and be what is gonna be something I'm gonna be talking about. So let's go back to the what is this channel. This is the secondhand music channel. I find a CD somewhere cheap. I don't know anything about it. I want to learn more about the artist and the album that I've really connected with, and so I do a deep dive. I spend some time researching, listening to their whole discography if I have the time, and then really digging into that album that I've found and has really got me interested in this artist that I'm really curious about, I want to learn more about, and so I spend the time, do a little research, make this sort of introduction to / retrospective review video about the album, the artist, and try to quickly summarize, quickly being a, I don't know, relative term, the past, present, and possible future of that artist. Maybe mostly it's just catching up to the present because I'm 20, 30, 40, 50 years behind on some of this stuff. So it's a process of me understanding, making connections, learning about the history of music, and hopefully getting better at just talking about just what a thing is and why it makes me feel the way it is and does. So little crash course. Basically, these videos are for anyone who's interested in learning about these artists that I've discovered and really don't have a week to dig into interviews and Wikipedia articles and lyrics and all that stuff. Recently I got a comment that was sort of perplexed as to why I would make these videos. Why would I spend 10, 15, 20 minutes talking about an artist I don't really know a whole lot about and then sharing it to the fan pages of that artist? I do it as just a, here's a thing I made, I want you guys to have a look because I'm passionate about the same thing you are, and I just kind of have something to share to introduce myself to the group, and I'm hoping to find some more cool music communities that'll embrace some of the weird, wacky stuff I like to share and just teach me more about these fascinating artists. Hey, I made this thing, I'm new to this artist, I want to learn more, and please point out any holes in my knowledge. It's weird, it's definitely uncomfortable for me even sharing anything at all, but I am desperate for these conversations about these albums, about these artists. I want to know other people's perspectives, their experiences, their insights, and I'm just trying to provide a little bit of a fresh take on mostly stuff that came out in the 90s. I don't really want to piss anyone off. I just think these are fun, and some of the tracks are good, some of the tracks are bad. Here's what they sound like, and I don't know. If you're interested, please try it out. I'm really wanting to get more people into this stuff at the end of the day. It's just, unfortunately, I have no real avenues to share that other than the fan pages and subreddits. So I apologize for redundant information. I am not intending to do that. I'm just trying to make a big summary video, trying to make it concise, trying to make it quick, but there's just so much to say, and so some of these videos are extremely long, and I don't really like skipping out on tracks in this full project. It's an art piece. They've painstakingly put it together, and I want to give it its due time. So I apologize that they're long, I apologize that I drone on, but I'm also sorry that I don't share my opinion as much because I just want to get the information, the facts, the stuff that I know is concrete out there first, and let other people kind of formulate their own opinions if I can, if they can look past my exorbitant enthusiasm that I sometimes share here. So I covered the what and the why. Now to let you know where I'm going with the future of the channel, a quick update on my plans and ideas for the future. Like, now I'm going to be working in a community garden. I just accepted a job today, and so I have even less time to work on these reviews. I'll be taking a break. Won't be any reviews in the next few weeks or months. I'll maybe come on and talk about what I've been listening to lately and just give you a quick little few suggestions, but nothing in depth, none of these introductions to artists, no retrospective reviews coming out anytime soon, but maybe look forward to a worst to best Beck video and maybe a review of my favorite Beck album that was someone suggested down in the comments a while back. I was looking forward to doing. I've been playing around with that. Some one track man that I talk about, this one track off an album that I just can't get enough of. I find irresistible, that I feel like just overshadows kind of the rest of the record. I have an idea where I just want to get these playlists in way better order so you can have a more streamlined approach to the channel. I want to create some kind of, I don't know, ways of accessing these albums, approaching them kind of one after the other, grouping them in similar genres, similar timelines, maybe just ordering them chronologically. There's so many good playlist ideas, and it takes a lot of time, and I've got a whole bunch of just fiddling around, like adding chapters and all that other nonsense that I just haven't been spending the time doing all this time just because I've been too busy making the next video. And so just cleaning up office work, just nonsense that you don't need to see, just behind the table under whatever. So I've got some stuff to do. I'm going to be still busy doing background stuff on the channel, maybe posting here and there, but right now this is what you get for now. I'm going to be just talking about how I pick the albums I pick, what I like to look for, and what grabs my eye, and what is maybe the future of the channel going to be looking like in terms of actual albums. I don't know. I posted a couple pictures online. Someone said this is all junk, so it could be just a bunch of crap I picked up on a whim that might be just heading back to the thrift shop. But I'm going to be going through just sort of my process now, where I get these albums, why I pick them up, what interests me about them, just kind of the things that jump through my brain when I'm looking through random piles of CDs. So the first things that are going to jump to my eye when I'm looking through CDs are stuff I've already reviewed here, or just albums and artists that I know about, that I've listened to, and that I just haven't filled into my collection. So first stack here, I'm going to be just rapid fire going through all these albums I've picked up. Here we go, jumping in right away. First stack, we're going to just pile it all right here. This stuff is either stuff I've heard about, kind of have tried a little bit, or have already reviewed. Like, first off, we got the Chemical Brothers, Loops of Fury. We've got Vegas, Crystal Method. We've got Everlast. We've got Sugar Ray. And then some other stuff that I like. Bone Thugs. I don't know, what's not to like? Bone Thugs and Harmony. Blink-182. Sometimes I'm in the mood. Duran Duran. Gorillaz. Man, I was thrilled to find this. I haven't found a whole lot of secondhand Gorillaz. I've heard of Global Underground. I enjoyed one of their albums, so I picked that one up. No Dream. Jeff Rosenstock. Couple bucks? Hell yeah. Misfits. Oh, it's a party of monsters and men. I'm a fan of this album, that's for sure. My head is an animal. Greatest Hits, Smashing Pumpkins. Why not? Supertramp. Crime of the Century. Classic. Oh, and someone told me that this was excellent. This is Beleza Tropical. It's a compilation by David Byrne of classic Brazil music. So, looking forward to jumping into that. We've got the Tangiers. We've got, I don't know what this is. Oh, Take Over Records. Don't know why this is in this pile. Stole Your Woman, Don't Look Down. Just like this weird single or EP or something. I don't know. Bedouin Soundclash. I'm on the fence about it. I want to try another one. It was super cheap. Cracker. I've heard about. Wanted to try. Very interested. $1. Go for it. Best of Fishbone or Essential Fishbone. Getting Boned. Gin Blossoms. Genuine. Whatever. Give it a try. Guided by Voices. Excited about that. Heard about them. Haven't really tried them. Incubus. Whatever. Give it a go. Jurassic 5. Oh, very excited to try this album out. Have not gotten into
the Jurassic 5, and I think this is going to be a great introduction. Similarly, Lemonheads, another band I want to try out. Different lane completely, but into it. Limp Bizkit, let's give another album a go, whatever. Switchfoot, I'm on the fence, but there was a couple of real cheap albums, so I grabbed them. That's the first little pile there. Just the albums that I've talked about. Check out those reviews. Got all these artists I've talked about. There's reviews in the description. Get into it. I've done a whole worst to best on the Chemical Brothers, so I pick up any new Chem Brothers I find laying around. Next is the stuff I ain't never heard of that looked interesting to me. This is the kind of stuff I'll probably be maybe reviewing if it jumps out at me when I give it a listen. I don't know really anything about any of this stuff. I don't think. I've just given a quick look through, sorted them out. So if I do stumble across them, I'll let you know. But let me know if any of these albums are ones that I ought to try or I ought to really dive into, because this is where it is at. This is the magic. If you want to see an artist deeply dove, you want to see a deep dive into one of these artists, I'll make it. I'll get into them. So leave me a comment. A miniature. Depth 5, rate 6. Don't know. 702. Looks familiar. R&B probably. We've got Baby Blue Sound Crew. It's got stuff. I don't know. There's some cool artists on here. It's a compilation. Maybe I'll find someone new. Badly Drawn Boy. Have You Fed the Fish? Really, just total mystery. This looks obviously a little New Orleans swingy. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. Ooh, this one looks cool. The Burning Hell Flux Capacitor. The Cave Dogs. Danielson Ships. Cool little constellation artwork. I'll give it a go. That's something that will grab me. You see that art? Wham. You see the name Big Bad Voodoo Baby, or I don't know. It's just something I really haven't heard of, and that's probably why people call it junk, because they just don't know. But either way, this is a band called Dink. You got me right there. I'm in. I'll try it out. Dredger. I don't know. It's still sealed. I don't have a lot of hope. Hasn't been actually played since the 90s, or hasn't ever been played. Whatever. Drown, Transparent. I don't know. Maybe some dark emo nonsense. It's just a single, but I never heard of it. How about the Dungeon Family? Even in Darkness. It's just kind of weird stuff, man. The name has to be a little odd. It doesn't have to be odd, but if you can see by the artists I've covered, it's not the most conventional stuff for the most part. G-Love and Special Sauce. Philadelphonic. I don't know. We're gonna go into it with open ears and just really let it hit us, and maybe try it again when we're in a different mood. And then if it's really the thing for me, I'm gonna get into these artists. So what do we got? The Deers. Dears. Gang of Losers. Constant Mystery. Finley Quaye. I don't have a lot to say about these other than here's a name that is new to me. Home 16. They have cute background art, great little acorn stuff, just the little details. They grab me. Band called the John Spencer Blues Explosion. I'm into some blues explosions. Take it and run with it. Matador 98. Woo! We're going. I don't even know how to properly pronounce that. Is it Lavahay or is it Lovaho? Hoy? I'm gonna try it. It looks like shoegazy something or whatever. I don't have a whole lot of expectations. I get a brief idea by just looking at it. Maybe I'll look through the liner notes while I listen to it, but fun kind of feelsy cover art, just little mismatchy nonsense. I'll try it. I will try it. Also, it's called Out HUD Street Dad. Just these layers that they get just by looking at the little plastic stuff, that the container that they put these in is enough to get me interested and try it out. This one's got a cool comic book aesthetic. It's called Twisted. I'm gonna try it. Vigilantes of Love. Blister Soul, one of the more normal looking albums that I've grabbed here, and it's still a little different. Here's another kind of regular looking one. We got White Lies. So, I don't know if that helps with my process at all. It was just a big bunch of jumbled artists together that might mean nothing, might mean something. If they do mean something, please let me know. And it's the way I grab it is I'm just gravitated towards the bargain bin and the stuff that jumps out at me. Here, I'll just fill this in one sec. Do try my best to diversify and go to new spots when I can, but I tend to just go to a very similar spot in a local town nearby that it kind of has a decent refresh rate. This particular trip, adventure, whatever, it was all new stores to me, and so I just went a little buck wild. I may have spent a few too many dollars, maybe a few more dollars than I would have, but heck, I probably would have grabbed these if I saw them at my local shop, so who's kidding anyone? Final stage of the video process thing, I want to give a shout out to Mr. Crazy Bob and his music emporium. I had just a blast visiting Crazy Bob in Langley, just off the Fraser Highway there. It's worth stopping in. That main drag had a bunch of great stops, but Crazy Bob put on a show. He's a character, and his shop had so many CDs that I couldn't even start looking at the records. So big shout out, Crazy Bob. He also gave me this mystery pack of CDs for buying a bunch, so we'll get into that at the very end. Quickly, we want to go, finish my Soul Coughing collection. He had it. I spent a few more bucks than I normally would have, and I got Ruby Vroom, baby. Woo, very, very thrilled about that. Also, I picked up the cheapest Public Enemy album I could. It looks like it's a soundtrack to a movie that I haven't seen. Basketball isn't really my game, but Public Enemy is my thing. Cool band, I had to try because I got dengue fever when I went to India, and so I saw this band and said, you know what? Let's see what they're all about. And so far, after just a couple little tracks, I'm digging it quite a bit. Kind of that stereo labby direction. I think my friends in Mother Son are gonna really like this band once I give them a few good, nice suggestions. So, Dengue Fever, Freebie, Zucker Baby, I believe. Also free, I don't know. Stereophonics, these random few dollars. We got Bob Marley and the Wailers, Andrew WK, Sum 41, some artists I've already covered like Biff Naked, you got Eve 6, you got Sponge. We're getting into it, baby. Check those out. Link to one of them right there. More in the description. Get wild. The Lightning Seeds. New to Me Man. Cloud. Cuckoo Land. And we got a band called Pluto. So we got our hands quite full with music. Lots of hours of music to listen to in the near future. It's time to get into the mystery pack. I bet you it's a bunch of garbage, but heck, mystery CDs is my game, so let's find out. We've got the Mavericks. We've got Melissa Etheridge, Your Little Secret, and Irish Celebration. Full-bodied pub fare. So that's the random stuff. Once again, big shout out, Crazy Bob. Go check him out in Langley if you're ever in there. And that's what I got. These are the random stuff. Anyone know anything about them? Once again, comment down below. Check out the reviews of the albums I've already covered. There's a whole lot to get into. Just go through the CDs. You don't have to actually listen to the reviews. Just check out the albums and tell me what you think about them afterwards. Either way, take the most fantastic care. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you, and I hope that things are going great. I don't know. What else can you say? It's the end of a video. Like it, subscribe, check out a video, blah, blah, blah. I guess that's all I have to say. See you around. Subscribe, like it. You want more secondhand random CD suggestions? They're coming at you. I'll talk about music till the freaking cows come home. So, later. Bye-bye. Get out of here. So long. I'll see you. Go on. Nick, go move along. Time to go. Go away. Stop. Stop it.